Hi guys, my name is Grace. I'm going to be your professor this summer. This first part of our introduction is just an interview with me to get to know me as a teacher because we're going to be spending quite a bit of time with each other this semester. So I'm going to try to get to know all you guys, and I wanted to give you a chance to get to know me. So I'm going to go into a PowerPoint that has a little bit of that information for you. All right, so meet your professor. My goal is this will be a quick introduction. Right, my name is Grace. You guys can call me Professor Moser or Grace, whichever you feel more comfortable with. I included these pictures because they're some of my favorite. One of them shows me with my baby son. The one in the top middle is me actually giving a presentation for the Organization of American Historians in 2015 when they were here in St. Louis. I presented on strategies for teaching history on controversial topics. The one right below that is my grading face. Grading's not, I'm just joking. It's not really. But grading's not always my favorite. And then on the far right is my Halloween costume from a couple years ago. I dressed up as Babe Lincoln. I am a self-proclaimed history dork, and I'm hoping that some of my enthusiasm for history will make this class a little bit more fun for you, especially in a summer session where things are accelerated. This is just a picture of me with my family. It's me and with my husband, Jeff. I have twin baby boys. They are turning 2 in June. Their names are Abraham and Oliver. Call them Abe and Ollie. I also have fur babies, 3 cats and a dog. The black cat is named Bart. He's actually blind in one eye, so he's my pirate cat. Penny is actually named after the Beatles song Penny Lane, and Jack is my special cat, only that he's stupidly snuggly and I really love him. But he's actually named after the U.S. President John F. Kennedy, whose nickname was Jack Kennedy. And then Chica is a Chow Golden Retriever mix, and she's pretty sassy. I didn't pick her name. She was already named that when I adopted her. So I wanted to give you guys some background in me. I am a product of a community college myself. I went to St. Louis Community College at Flo Valley from 2001 to 2003. I didn't really know what I wanted to do post-high school, and community college actually gave me my career. So that's pretty exciting. My goal was always to get a job at a community college. It's something that I'm really passionate about, to be able to help students the same way that my professors helped me. When I graduated with my associate's degree, I went to the University of Missouri St. Louis from 2004 to 2006 when I got my bachelor's in history. I wasn't immediately set on history. It's something I sort of fell into. My major was actually psychology, and I had a minor in history. But I had a really passionate history teacher who gave me an opportunity to tutor history on a college level, which made me fall in love with teaching history on a college level. And it's one of my favorite things that I'm super passionate about. So hopefully that will come through in this class. But you can't really do much on a college level in history with just a bachelor's, so I immediately started a graduate program. I got my master's in December of 2008. I taught at Flo Valley again in the summer of 2009, and then in the fall of 2010, I actually got an opportunity to come to St. Charles Community College and teach, and I did, and then that turned into a full-time teaching gig starting in 2011. So this year marks my 8th year as a teacher on a college level. So I think that is pretty experienced and a little bit shocking that I've come this far. So I just wanted to briefly tell you why I love history, why I call myself a history dork. History is pretty exciting to me because it is a study of change over time. So that makes you realize that nothing is permanent. I can pinpoint the start of all different movements, ideas, thoughts, philosophies, schools, evolutionary theory, religion. So nothing has ever been permanent. And I think that's pretty exciting because it makes us realize that we can change the things that we do not like. So one of the things that I do in this class to make history more exciting and to get that same passion across that I love is I try to make it relevant by connecting it to current events. So we're going to be talking about things that are currently happening in society, things that are recent history. What we're learning about is not static. It's not in the past. It's affecting the things that are currently happening in the United States. And I'm hoping that you can make those connections between the things that we're studying in our class and the events that we are seeing unfold before us right now. And one of my favorite things about history is that many times big changes in history have been brought about just by ordinary people. So I study what's called social history, right? That's my field of history. There's military history, political history, and those types of things focus either on politicians or military strategies, wars. What I like in history to study is social history, which is studying how ordinary people lived their lives. So oftentimes, these are the people who have been forgotten in history. So people who weren't considered important enough to record what information they had. So this includes African American history, Native American history, women's history, just poor working class history, labor history. These are the things that I get really excited about. So there's a balance in this class. We'll be talking about all sorts of different types of history, but those things will definitely come across in our class. Now, I wanted to share some of my Rate My Professor ratings with you for a reason, right? I pulled these just tonight from Rate My Professor. They're a little bit old, but these are probably my harshest criticisms on here. So I wanted to share them with you because they both have something in common. They express an opinion that I am somehow not teaching accurate history because I'm teaching bad things about the United States. We're going to talk about a lot of really bad things, but we're going to talk about good things too. I'm not making a statement about the United States. I'm just teaching what are actual facts, things that we did that were not so great. That negative history is sometimes a little bit difficult to discuss, but it's really important for us to understand it, especially if it is impacting where we are today. Right? So because I focus on this, there's been some students who haven't liked that approach. So I wanted to be upfront with you guys and tell you we're going to talk about controversial topics this semester. We're going to be looking at some really bad stuff, right? That's just part of history. But it doesn't mean that I don't like the United States or that you shouldn't like the United States. All I'm asking this semester is that we be a little bit open-minded and learn how to analyze these based on just historical facts, not with this emotion that would be attached to it that argues that somebody should leave the United States because they're critical of it. Right? So I wanted to be upfront and share some of those with you. If you want to go and check out my page yourself, you can. There's some students who like me, some students who don't. I hope that we can work with each other this semester to get through what we need to get through. And in the process, I hope that we work with history in a way that is meaningful. At the end of this semester, I ask you to write a final paper where you have to make history meaningful. You have to choose one topic that you thought was interesting or meaningful to you this semester, and you have to explain why it is that way. It is a self-analysis paper. So I'm hoping that this is a process you go through with this class. It's how I've shaped my online class to work. You're going to be working very much with historical information. You're going to be analyzing it and drawing conclusions from it. So in the process, I hope that this is a more meaningful experience with history, right? And hopefully it's much more interesting as well. All right, so it's nice to meet you. Good luck, and let's have a great semester.